You're listening to the Everyday Astrology Podcast. I'm Hilary Scott, your astrologer, and I'm here to provide you with the forecast of the astrological planets and transits for the week ahead. This is another very busy week. I don't know if you can feel it. Probably you can. We start the week off with a conjunction between Mercury, which is how we think, and Uranus, which is like lightning bolt flashes of information. So those two combined could be providing us with a big jolt of information that we might not have otherwise received. So it could kind of bust open your paradigm of your thinking. It's in Taurus when this is going on. And Taurus is generally a sign that is more sort of slow processing and slow thinking. So having these very busy energies, not to mention that the North Node and Jupiter are there, it makes probably very agitates Taurian energy quite a bit. So it might not feel great, but it could also just bust up all the sediment and routine that's stopping you from evolving and enjoying your life. All of us, that's what it's here to do. It could also be dropping down some important truths about the finance system, the structures of our reality, like the foundations. Could have to do also with information about the food and food supplies in the world and finances. Taurus is very much like the earthy things that are going on. We also have Monday, Venus is going into, that's a lot going on. There really is so much going on. So Monday, Venus goes into Leo, very different energy than being in Cancer. You might find yourself feeling very dramatic about love and what you value, or maybe even giving yourself a little extra flair and kind of attention to the areas of how you draw attention. So depending, of course, where that is in your own chart, is the house that will be activated wherever Leo is. So Venus going into Leo, and it's going to be there for 4 months. It's going to retrograde in Leo, which is very unusual. It's not usual. It happens every 18 months, but not in Leo. It goes through a retrograde period every 18 months that makes it stay longer in the sign that it's in. So this time around, we have it traveling through Leo. So it is like a warm, sunny, it's ruled by the sun. So Leo has this way of being very encouraging and really likes to enjoy life, enjoys enjoyment, and wants to have fun, often above all else. It's very important to have a good time and enjoy the pleasures of life. So having Venus travel through Leo, all these things might come into focus for you. So keep an eye on where that's going on in your own chart. The same day, Monday the 5th, we have the moon going into Capricorn and Venus is opposition Pluto. Venus and Pluto can make things very intense. There might be some sort of power struggle, or Pluto, it is always about power. There's some sort of you've got to get your power. You step into your power. Someone might be stealing your power. There's some sort of power struggle. Someone's taking power. But with Venus there too, it can have to do with our finances or with our love relationships. What we value is in some sort of opposition energy with something the energy of Pluto is very transformative, and it wants to unearth the secrets and the things that are you're only as sick as your secrets. So wherever Pluto is, there's often a deep conversation that needs to be had, which can help release the energy and move you into more smooth, feeling confident that you've got your back. You've kind of understand yourself. It takes a lot of energy to suppress, holding a beach ball underwater. So Pluto comes along to pop the beach ball and make sure that you start floating around in that stuff that you need to deal with. So you might be feeling that Monday. What else do we have going on? It really is a lot going on. The North Node is going to be in square with Jupiter and Pluto, or Jupiter and the North Node are squaring Pluto as well. And this, again, there's a lot of import. Jupiter and the North Node are in a conjunction still. So it's like luck moving into our future. There's an expansion of future happening very quickly. So it's good if we can use that Uranus, like lightning bolt flash of downloads of information that help us upgrade, up-level our understanding so we can evolve through this very quickly evolving time with a good head on our shoulders and our feet on our ground. A head on your shoulders and feet on the ground, hand on heart, we can assess everything that's coming at us, which could be very quickly right now. But it's pointing away to a bright new future at the same time. So keep your eye out, like scan the horizon for opportunity. Dun, dun. Friday, we have a really lovely, it's called a sextile, which is an opportunity, one that you have to reach for. It's not just going to fall in your lap necessarily. So Friday, we're going to have a sextile between Mercury and Neptune. This adds more magic into the thinking and the enlightenment that we've got going on, especially because Uranus is like lightning bolt kind of downloading the information very quickly. And the Neptunian energy is kind of a deep knowing, like a knowing that we are one, knowing that there's more than meets the eye and that there's things and magic and just sort of otherworldly fantasticness all around us. So interesting. You'll have to keep an eye on how that will go down. Do you have something to communicate? Do you need to write? Do you have like a song, any sort of poetry or music, communication in a way, like art in general, screenplays and novels and whatever you might use, there's got to be a medium for you to communicate the magic that you're perceiving. And you may be perceiving a lot of magic right now. Magic is all sparkling in the skies and frequencies that we're swimming in. So tap into your magic. There is a conjunction between the moon and Saturn the same day, which can feel heavy, but it can also be where you get down to business and you got to do the work and you've got to focus pocus, and you can use your astro magic. That's the sort of energy that we want to, if we feel bad or anxious, sometimes all we need to do is turn to work, turn to what we know we need to work on, and Saturn will come in and like make us feel good. We'll feel like we're on our toes, we got our shit together, all the ducks are in the row, we know where we're going and what we're doing and what to do. And that can be the flip side of Saturn, where we feel like we're actively creating our legacy and we know each step to take. If we don't do that, if we don't lean into what we know we have to do, then we get all the burdensome energy of Saturn, and we don't want it because it's not much fun to feel fearful and sad and lonely, and you fear everything when Saturn's turned upside down. You fear dying and getting old and being homeless and some sort of disease or whatever you can conjure. It can be dark when Saturn is in the house. So do the work, and then it won't work you into a frenzy. On Saturday the 10th, again, another like wonderful energy to heal and to transform with a sextile between the Sun and Chiron. And that gives us the ability to reach into our painful parts and transform them into our power. And once we really digest what we've gone through or what's been humiliating or difficult or painful, like it can be really painful, triggering stuff in this area. But once we can hold it and we felt it, we can let it go. And then we have the power to transform our own lives. We can feel in our own power, and we can also turn around and help others do that. Even with just our energy, we don't even have to do anything. Just the fact that we contributed our healing and our transformation to the soup of the universe helps other people just a step behind us do it that much easier. So even just that can help us transform our worlds. So let yourself feel your feels, because there's opportunity here. There's opportunity to use what used to be painful and turn it into a magical elixir into your magical future. And then we have on Sunday, we have Pluto moving into Capricorn. That's in retrograde. So Pluto, that's where it's been through this whole last 3 years that have been very difficult and trying as it's traveled through Capricorn, taking power and seizing control and pushing agendas. And then it moved into Aquarius and kind of lightened, and the people come together, but it's backed up into Capricorn now. It'll be interesting to see what a review of the last few years is going to be like while Pluto retrogrades in Capricorn. Mercury will be trining Pluto that day and then going into Gemini, and that gives us like a real sharp mind to pay attention to what's going on. And not only that, to communicate what we're perceiving. We want to be able to put it on paper, put it in a podcast, do a YouTube video, write a letter, do something to communicate, have a conversation, and get out what you're seeing as reality and what you're perceiving as of this very important critical time in our history is going down. We all need to, I think, write it down, document it, save it so it doesn't disappear into the ethers, forgotten to all. We want to capture it. So do your part and capture it from your perspective with your big glowing heart. So that is the very busy week. I hope you enjoy and are able to tap into all the potentials and feel good and calm and peaceful and like you're going in the right direction. Thanks so much for listening. Oh, one more thing. There are some seats left for the 17th and the 24th of June in Soyuz for the Calling on Chiron Hands on Horses Play Shop. It's going to be a magical experience of stepping into your power and feeling connected to the magic healing of the horses. It's indescribable and very amazing, and I'm so excited to be a part of it. So please do inquire, and I hope to see you there. Many blessings. Thank you so much for listening.